guys, Chris Daniel here. I'm back. Look, 14 days. Look, 2 weeks before the exam changes to the sixth edition. And look, you know me, man. I want to create universal messages for you guys that apply no matter what edition of the PMP exam we're on. So today I want to talk about how to pre-study. Yep, how to study before a boot camp. I know everybody's been making you wait. Even I was making you wait to get the goods to the boot camp. But look, there's a new regime, all right? We got to do it a different way. Look, I went to black coffee, y'all. All black, no cream, no sugar. Sometimes you got to switch your routine up. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to switch your study routine up, okay? Take it from me, whether you're taking the exam in 2 weeks or less, or whether you're just going to wait. I advise you to wait if you ain't got your stuff together now. If you're going to wait and take it to the sixth edition, look, before you come to a boot camp, I'm going to give you the tools, the things you need to do before you come, right? So the main complaint I'm getting is, Chris, I take a boot camp and then you say 4 to 6 weeks of study. I just can't discipline myself enough to study after a boot camp like I was doing in the boot camp. Life gets in the way. I get it. Look, I know about it. Look, I went on a fellas trip. I went on a vacation to the DR after my boot camp, all while studying for the PMP, and I passed it. But I get it. Look, everybody studies different. Everybody learns differently. So I'm going to give you what you need to do before the boot camp, right? I'm going to give you like 5 things to do prior to a boot camp. So when you go into a boot camp, you can hit the ground running. And then 1 to 2 weeks after the boot camp, you should be taking your exam, all right? So first things first, get the PMBOK. If you haven't gotten it now, order the PMBOK 6th edition, all right? If you're taking the 5th edition, study the PMBOK before your test. Now, here's how you study the PMBOK. First thing you need to do is you need to find a knowledge area and process group chart, all right? You got to find that chart. That's the basis of what you need to study, right? Study all the knowledge areas, study all the process groups, study all the processes in each group, and know the inputs, tools, techniques, and outputs to each of those processes. I know that's a lot, but if you take column by column and you go initiating, and then you go down the planning column, and then executing, and then monitoring, controlling, and then closing, and if you study it like that over the course of maybe 2, 3, 4 weeks before your boot camp, oh man, you will have a leg up on everybody else in your classroom, okay? Next thing I want you to do is truly begin your flashcard file. That's number 2. Begin your flashcard file. See, people think flashcards are elementary. You guys have heard me talk about it in previous videos. I'm going to keep talking about it because it works, all right? Start your flashcard file. I'll say before your boot camp, if you can have anywhere between 200 to 250, oh man, you will be light years ahead of the game, okay? The third thing I want you to do, carve out a study regimen, and I mean a powerful study regimen before the boot camp. So when you get to the boot camp, it's not a shock to your body or a shock to your system, the amount of studying you're going to have to do. So what should that study regimen look like? You guys know my flow. 2 hours a day, 5 days a week for 4 weeks. 26 days. I'm telling you, if you start that prior to the boot camp and you come to a boot camp to get the extra sauce, you'll be taking that PMP within a week of your boot camp, I promise you, okay? All right, next thing you need to do, all right, before your boot camp, right? It's the 4th thing. Draft out your PMP application. Like, go ahead and draft it out, all right? Now, this is a beast, and you can't complete it and send it in until after the boot camp because PMI wants to know where you got your 35 contact hours or where you got your boot camp hours from. But truthfully speaking, if you could draft it out, if you could get a current resume, if you can get a current CV or a current performance plan, and you can go back 3 years and tally up your project hours and put your descriptions together. Look, go on my website. You'll see you can get the template and the training session, all right? If you can do that and just bring that to a boot camp and have your instructor review it and give you some critique and feedback before you submit it to PMI, oh man, you are so light years ahead of the game, all right? That's the 4th thing. And then the last thing I want you to do, the 5th thing, and this is truly speaking, I want you, before your boot camp, to do at least 2 full-length exams. That's 400 questions, All right. You could do one week and you can skip a week and you could do one the third week if you want. You could do consecutive weeks. I wouldn't recommend you doing consecutive days. Put a little space in between it. But I would highly recommend you do at least 2 full-length PMP exams. And I don't mean 20 questions and then 30 questions and then 50 questions. No. 2 full-length 200-question exams. Like 400 total questions, 8 hours, right? All right, the exam is 200 questions, 4 hours. You need to do that twice before you come to a boot camp. You have to simulate the exam environment. You got to know what it means to, or feels like to sit in front of a computer for 4 hours and be pulled out content, right? And you got to learn the questions. You got to understand why the questions are the way they are. Look, when you miss a question, you should flashcard it. That'll make up over half your flashcards if you're doing that. I'm not tripping on score right now of your practice exams, all right? Wherever you are, if you took the first one and you're in the 20s, cool. Know why you're in the 20s. Know why you missed what you missed. Flashcard what you missed, and then keep moving. Take a second exam. From 20s, you should at least go up to 40s, all right, if you follow that method. The magic score is 80%, all right? I used to dangle with the 70s. No, I'm a straight shooter. You need at least 80%. Okay. 78. You need at least a 78 on the practice exams. What does that mean? That means out of 200 questions, you need to get most of them right. All right, you need to get a passing score. You need to get at least 160 questions on the passing on the practice exam to be ready to take the full-length exam. All right. So look, if you do those 5 things, I promise you, you will be light years ahead of everyone else in the classroom, and you'll be ready to go in and dominate that PMP exam. Thank you guys for listening, man. More videos coming, I promise you. I've been in the lab cooking up stuff. So look, make sure you watch the rest. I'm going to put a QA of the week on there. Y'all guys have been great with the questions and answers, so make sure you watch. And then, hey, let's keep rocking and rolling. 2018, the 6th edition. Let's go.